Welcome to the Geekz, 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Alil.
This is Steve.
And this is Sean.
And tonight we're reviewing a very new movie from 2024, The First Omen. Sean, would you like to play that trailer?
I certainly will, my friend. Give me 1 second, please. Thank you.
Steve, you're loving your religious horror.
I do love my religious horror. That scene was fucked up.
I had to check the inner roof of my mouth.
Be afraid. This child is his way.
Yep. There she is.
Yep. So The First Omen stars Nell Tiger-Free, Ralph Ineson, Sonia Braga, Taufik Barhom, Maria Caballero, Charles Dance, Bill Nye, and others. So The First Omen. So Steve, I'll be the first to admit I'm not a fan of the Omen movies. I've seen them all.
I have not. I've seen the original, the remake, and the Omen 2, but I never saw the Omen 3. And is there a part 4? I think there's a part 4 with like a daughter.
There is a part 4, I'm pretty sure.
With Damien's daughter.
I believe so, yeah. Part 3 is, I think, might be the worst. But I'm going to start here. This gets a hero. This might be the best Omen movie.
What?
This actually has some good scares, some good intrigue. Although I kind of picked it apart early on. I was like, okay, well, this is what's happening clearly. It's a
well, you know it's supposed to lead to.
Well, yeah, I know it's supposed to lead to Damien being born, but you know, you're trying to figure out who the mom is. Like, you know, in my view, like probably within the first 15 minutes, I was like, nope. They're trying to tell you it's this. It's going to be this. So, kind of.
I thought it was going to be the main character the whole time. Who?
Yeah,
it was.
Exactly. Agree. But they kept trying to tell you that it was the other girl. That's the thing. Like they kept, oh, it's the other girl. The other girl. She's having this. She's having this. You know. Again, I hate the bait and switch when the bait and switch is so obvious. So, but again, I like this. This had some really nasty scenes.
Oh, Sean. Oh God.
You know, we talked about The Boys having some nasty scenes. This one, this one has one. Like,
I think
details, please, details.
We'll get there.
We
have to play a spoiler alert because this is a new movie.
Yep. So, hero for me, Steve.
Second that hero. Well, this movie's it's a slow burn. You know, there's a lot of setup. There's a lot of character development. A lot of figuring out who's who, setting up this mystery. You just know right away that the nuns here are up to no good. But I like some of the quieter moments too. You know, you get a lot of like the nuns like preparing food. They're out there like smoking and talking shit. You know, like they seem like Sean. It's like a bunch of old ladies like at like a family cookout or something. Like they're all just like they're talking shit about men and like smoking cigarettes and like peeling potatoes. Like there's some really light moments in there, and then there was some obvious tries like reflections of the original Omen. With one death in particular, they were like, we're going to do that, but we're actually going to up it a little bit, which upping it kind of didn't make any sense because the rope just would have burned. But anyways, the visuals in this movie are really, I think, what makes it stand apart. The visuals and the sound design. It just sets this really creepy tone, really unsettling. And yeah, the visuals, there's seldom movies that you see things that you you're like you know when you see it, you're like, I'm never gonna forget that. And there's a scene in this movie. It's just in there. It's embedded in my head, and it'll never leave.
And Ava walked in on it, so I was like, okay.
I'm glad that I got to 40 before having that image embedded. I couldn't imagine carrying that around for a long time.
Jesus.
especially being a female herself. So, all right. Well, with that, let's get into some spoilers.
Spoilers.
And for those that don't know, because we didn't ask Sean his rating, he didn't watch it, so he's just on part here for the ride.
Yes.
So, Steve, you're on mute.
He wants to know about the gross scene.
Please. How gross was it?
Well, so like it opens up. We have an American lady who's coming to Italy to live with the nuns. She's there to become a nun. She's going to do the nun thing. So you get introduced to a lot of people. This is always good. It's a good movie technique of just as a new character getting introduced to things. So you are learning all the stuff along with her. So
yeah,
all the exposition feels like you need it. It's necessary. But immediately some of these people seem fishy. You have that one creepy ass nun who's like giggling and like ducking behind corners. You're like, what the fuck's going on with her? Yeah, that one creepy little girl who like licks her face. You're like, what's going on with her? Like, there's a bunch of. But it also opens up with a very pretty brutal demon rape scene.
Yes.
Dang.
I mean,
you don't really see it, but you hear it.
Yeah.
It's pretty graphic what you hear. Like the monster grunting. I had subtitles on, so it actually said like monster grunts. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, or like demon grunts or something like that. You're like, oh god, really giving it to her.
It was. It was. It was an interesting scene, and I mean, for me, this first half, it borderline almost lost me. Because the intrigue, it was like, it was creepiness, but there wasn't anything that kind of was like.
It's that slow burn. It makes you wait 35, 40 minutes before it really gives you anything good.
Yeah.
Well, after the opening, it really hooks you at that opening. You're like, what?
Yeah. Well, and that's what. And again, if it wasn't for that big opening, I think I would have. I don't want to say turned it off, but it would have been like. Sometimes when we watch these movies and it's like you watch them in multiple parts because it's like, you know what, 30 minutes, I'm out. I'm gonna pause. I'll come back to it. The opening allowed me to get through that first hour, and then it's like then stuff started happening. So like it really picked up again toward the end. I mean, we had, but it was weird because seeing her getting ready to go out for the night on the town and I guess hook up with that guy, all these kind of things were happening. I'm like,
it's a long time. It takes a long.
Why
but
is this?
But all of this
pays
is necessary. Yes, it pays off. Which if you get lost in that first half and you don't wait for any of these things to start connecting, then I feel really bad for you because it does all. You're like, dang, it all really connects. So the gross scene, Sean, is a scene in which a woman is giving birth and our main character is watching it and you're watching it. And, as a viewer, you're seeing like there's doctors kind of standing in front of her and every now and then they'll move and you'll catch like a little glimpse of what's going on down there. Mm-hmm. Really flash, like a really quick flash, half a frame. You're like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're like playing with visuals, but then all of a sudden you get like this side shot, and you see like her legs, and this big bulge start coming out, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Like, oh god! And then like they cover. You don't see anything, and then all of a sudden, bang! Front and center, full vagina, demon hand comes out.
Comes right out of the vagina.
A real demon hand.
Yep.
A real full man-sized clawed demon hand.
Comes right out of the vagina, and that's exactly where Ava walked in. She
There was
walked
no
in.
wait, no baby came out of that, just a monster.
No, it was a demon hand, and then it cut away.
But then was it a baby after, or it was just a demon in her vagina?
Unresolved.
Yeah, we don't know.
Because she faints, and then we come back and like they don't talk about it.
So
That's part of like the mystery. Like they just like they pretend like nothing happened. Like they're like, what are you talking about?
So what's
baby?
We don't know.
Oh, so it goes into the Omen. It goes to the Omen.
No. That the birth. The Damien's birth happens later. That's toward the end.
And this also might just be like a hallucination by our main character too.
Right, because she's having visions and things, so she's been targeted, and she finds out at the very end that she's one of the ones that are targeted, because they've been trying to this church. Because what we're told, we have Father Brennan, who's actually in the original Omen,
who's played like Galactus here.
Yes, he is played by Galactus.
Harvey Bardem?
No, it's what's his face?
The guy with that really deep voice.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. And he tells her. Was it? I just said it. Well, whatever. He tells her like there are two churches. Our main character, one that believes in God or follows God, and one that believes in something else. And the one she's with believes in something else. They're trying to give birth to the Antichrist because they think that by having the Antichrist will actually drive more people to go to church. It's bizarre. It's it's like, hey, if we have more people like, stealing and robbing.
It's a crazy. It's just so crazy. It just might work because like you suddenly find out that like holy shit, God and devil are real, and like I don't think I'm a bad person. I'm probably gonna start going to church.
Yeah. It's crazy, but yes, yeah. So we're going to bring in the Antichrist so we can have everybody else round up to go to church. It's kind of a nutso thing to do, but that's
I would go to church.
I'm watching TV and it's like, oh, wait.
If I knew for sure, I'd be like, okay, all right.
Wait.
Like, I'd rather be there than there, so.
That's the Antichrist? All right, time to go to church, yeah.
I mean, you can't blame me for being, like, questioning things, right? Like, look around.
Obviously.
But yeah, so we find out that they've been doing this for a while to actually, I don't know what that noise was.
That was my computer. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I just had to click off. I was like, "What the fuck?" Sorry.
They've been doing this a while, and you see like pictures of births where they're like I don't want to say demon type children or stuff like that, but like a lot of stillborns.
They're like in jars and stuff.
Yeah, it's like so they've been doing this for a while, trying to find the right host, and our main character, Margaret.
Oh, so the church here is trying to.
Yeah. So anybody who they have the mark. So anybody who has the 666 mark. Oh, and so we Margaret's working with one girl who has it in her mouth, and I guess that's what she thinks that's what the church is going after.
Too much.
But we find out at the end she actually has the mark also on her head. So.
Oh. So they both have the mark.
Yeah, and then we find out that she's pregnant because during the party scene that we had that she hooked up with a guy.
So she's the one that births Damien at the end.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's a good movie. It has some good twists and turns.
But the big twist at the end, though, is that she gives birth to twins.
Twins, yeah.
One, the little boy, goes with the Thorne family, and then like, holy shit, you find out she lives and is raising the girl out in the woods with some other lady from the church. And like Father Brandon goes out and talks to them and is like, some shit's about to go down. And you're like, oh my God, we could actually have like a whole nother story kind of
side movie.
Like what's going on here. Now, not that like it has any implications on the grander story because we saw all that shit kind of play out already. But
good versus evil. Damien's sister versus Damien.
I'm okay with. Look, if they let what's his fuck erase all the Halloween sequels, I'm okay with erasing the Omen sequels and just moving forward, going with this.
Well, I mean, you have to go with the First Omen. Because
you have to go First Omen, then you would have to have the Omen standalone. Then you could sequel after that.
Yes. Please do not give me adult.
Well, then you'd have to have the sister trying to hunt down Damien, and all the while she's a nun, and then as a nun,
badass nun.
Yeah, badass.
She drives a motorcycle.
Fucking awesome. No, that's too much. You're going too far, Steve. You gotta stop. You gotta stop somewhere. You gotta keep it kind of like you still got.
She has the mohawk.
She has a fucking samurai sword and shit.
No, none of that.
She's wearing a jumpsuit like in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
No, what are y'all doing? Y'all destroying the story. This is why Hollywood can't get shit done.
Black jumpsuit with a like when she takes her helmet off, she's got like the nun habit. It's just under the helmet, already ready.
You're just telling the story as like she's like not a detective, but like she's trying to figure out how these people. Whatever.
I'm gonna draw this motorcycle clad nun. I'm gonna draw this shit.
They have a show on Amazon called something Nun. Something Nun, and she has like a motorcycle and shit. She's badass.
God damn it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Every fucking idea is already gone.
Well, not my idea. Clearly, you guys just intervened.
we just trashed it.
Trashed my whole idea. It'd be cool though. I mean, that's where it takes.
Well,
place.
they could still do it though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as far as I know, this movie. I don't know if this movie did financially well, but it's done critically well.
I think it did well. I mean, these movies don't cost a lot of money, so like them making $20-25 million.
I don't see them greenlighting Omen too.
Sean, you remember in the original Omen when that lady was like, "Look at me, Damien, it's all for you," and then she jumps off the edge and she hangs herself. In this one, there's a nun that does the same thing. Imagine that. She's like, "Look at me, it's all for you," and then she jumps off, lights herself on fire, and jumps off. I'm like, "Oh, I see you one-upped it," but
God, yeah,
but like
one-up it.
But then she's like hanging there for a while, and I'm like, that rope probably should have gone up by now. Like, right?
You really should have won up. You should have been under some spikes, a spiked fence.
See, then the rope burns, snap. Then she falls down, impaled, burning. Yes.
Done.
Now we've 3-upped it.
So definitely check out the First Omen. It's on Hulu.
You can watch it right now on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus.
Shit!
Yeah.
Can you?
Yes, it's on Disney Plus.
I saw your Xbox profile on Disney Plus earlier today, and I was like, "Oh, he's watching the movie. Great."
No,
I just had something playing, and I just kept playing, and like sometimes my TV is still playing, dog, and like literally I just leave the house and go do something else.
I do the same.
Yeah,
I sleep with the TV on all night.
No, so do I.
Seinfeld's on all night. So, all right. Well, with that, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you thought of the First Omen. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. Until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.